Hello, and welcome to Xpod Tavern, episode 19th. I'm Jamie on a lovely, wonderful Sunday evening. I'm joined once again by Ross.
Hi, folks.
Hi, Ross. Hi, Dan.
Hello.
Ian.
Hello.
And Graham.
Hola.
Gentlemen, have we had a wonderful weekend? The opening question.
Yeah, it's been good fun.
Nods all round.
Yeah. Fun night in.
Joyful Saturday night.
Yeah. Soon we'll get to go somewhere, maybe at the weekend. Not spend it all stuck inside. Cool. So, should we get into... Oh, no. Where's my finger on? Here it is. Housekeeping. Best part. All right. We go live every Sunday on Twitch, as we are right now, at twitch.tv/Xbox Tavern. If you want to come along, watch us live, drop some comments, ask some questions. Tell Ian he looks beautiful tonight. And then it'll be archived on podcast apps around the globe on various ones. If you could rate on Apple Podcasts, that'd be great. Rate and review us, and then we'll read out any reviews we get on the show as well. It also gets archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Xbox Tavern Official, as well as we do gameplay videos, reviews, tips and tricks, etc. on there. So pop along there, give us a subscribe and a thumbs up and a ring the bell and all that goodness. We've got Discord at discord.io/Xbox Tavern. So if you want to come and chat with the team and fellow Xbox Tavern followers, that'd be great. And we also got Patreon at patreon.com/Xbox Tavern. If you want to kick us a few bucks, just to help us keep the place up and running and the podcast going and the lights on and food in our bellies and everything else. That'd be nice, please. Thank you. Cheers. And finally, we're still doing the insert coin promotion. So we got a 20% off discount with the code Xbox Tavern 20 when you go to insertcoinclothing.com, and it gives 20% off, excluding gift cards, delivery, and I always forget the last one, lads. Bundles. Thank you. So they've got some new lineups coming up soon, and they've still got plenty of their wonderful clothes. I'm rocking my Pikmin shirt this evening, of course, and my Gears of War hoodie. And they've got some. Where's the new arrival section? Let me just have a very quick look. Ian, what have you got? What have you got on this evening? Is that one of theirs?
No, mine's a beautiful Graham made one.
Oh yes. Yes, so upcoming stuff. They got some Mass Effect pins, and they got some Yakuza jackets, which look pretty nice. And then there's plenty of sales, and you can sort it by game, sorted by what item clothing you're looking for. Yeah, very good. Highly recommended. As we discussed last week, I think half of us have got pretty much most of our wardrobe is Insert Coin Clothing. So once again, insertcoinclothing.com and use the code Xbox Tavern 20 for 20% off, and this code will last until June.
And don't do the mistake Jamie does of waiting for me to buy your clothes.
Yeah, and if you want to buy something, don't ask your friend what he wants, and then don't chase him up every 5 minutes because he never gets back to you, and then they sell out. But anyway,
it might be back in stock though. I have to look.
Yeah, I did have a look yesterday, and no, there's nothing yet.
They've got some stuff coming back, haven't they? They've got the what's it called when it goes out of stock but comes back in?
They do respawn clothes, yeah.
Yeah.
Replenish.
What happens when something goes out of stock? It gets restocked.
Yeah.
No, but I thought
I think they refer to it as respawning.
Okay.
I
like it.
So yeah, but yeah, there's plenty of stuff up there, lots of great stuff. So have a look. All right, gentlemen, should we get into the topic of the week? Who's going to do the jingle this week?
Let Ross do it. He hasn't done it yet.
You need to unmute it first before you rock that jingle.
Just as a spontaneous jingle.
Yeah. That was perfect. Thank you. All right. Nothing but profession here. Let's do this. So, Take Two. We know them. They're the publishers of some of the biggest games in the world. The NBA 2K franchise, GTA, Bioshock, etc., etc. Their CEO Strauss Zelnick, he revealed he thinks gamers are ready for $70 or £65 games. Talking to Morgan Stanley Technology, he was asked to expand on why the publisher decided to add $10 to the price of NBA 2K21 on next gen. And he said, we announced a $70 price for NBA 2K21. Our view was that we're offering an array of extraordinary experiences, lots of replayability, and the last time there was a frontline price increase in the US was 2005, 2006. So we think consumers are ready for it. And then he goes on to basically try and justify them nickel and diamond everyone with microtransactions included in this $70/£65 price of a new game. So I'm going to go around and get everyone's thoughts on if they think $70 is too much, if they think it's justified, if they don't mind it being included with the microtransactions, or if they think they're just trying to fleece every last penny out of us. Let's go with, who wants to go first? I'll ask that.
I'll go first. Might as well. Yeah, it's obvious. They're trying to fleece more money. Clearly, they're saying, oh, well, they can increase the cost more because, it's going to be better graphics, it's a new generation. They're trying to use any excuse under the sun to try and justify more money out of us. But the reality is, if you're patient enough, or if you find ways, like there's so many places out there like CD keys or waiting a bit, and you'll come in cheaper in price.
And things like Game Pass as well. Obviously, NBA's just been put in that, hasn't it? This one.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not the next gen version. So if you want to play the Series S or X version, you have to buy that one.
Yeah. I just think, I get the whole point now. Yeah, everything has to get increased more money because inflation, but I still think $70 is a bit much.
Well, yeah. Dan, you look like you're itching to say something.
No, I'm just that is such a corporate kind of talk, isn't it? Yes, consumers are ready for it because we want to push out a $70 game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm going to go on the fence. So I think if you're going to price the game at $70, there shouldn't be stupid microtransactions. And I mean the stupid microtransactions that there are. So if we look at a game, most of us know in the UK, FIFA would be the prime example. If you're putting FIFA at $70, you've got to change the way you do, opening packs, buying the FIFA coins to get your packs.
Is that like the Ultimate Team stuff?
Ultimate Team stuff, yeah. Because that you are fleecing. You are basically saying, "Oh, you're a bottomless cow. I'm going to take every penny out of you that I can," and that's not right. However, if it was a single player game and it was really, really good and the story was fantastic, I actually haven't got a problem with paying that price.
Yeah, I think that was sort of my thoughts. If this hadn't been somebody like the makers of 2K21, which was absolutely dreadful, and the basketball series has been for a while, and it had been somebody like, I don't know, Bethesda or BioWare, somebody that makes high quality games on a regular basis, then it would have been more palpable. But somebody like the NBA 2K21, the NHL ones, FIFA, you're always going to look at like your games have been copied and pasted for the last 4 years and you make your money through microtransactions. Why the hell would we pay £70 to play the same games last year?
Yeah.
There's no credibility in a developer like that saying this.
No. And I think for me, as you guys have sort of alluded to, I don't see any reason why there should be any sort of microtransactions included if you're charging £70 or $70, whatever. It's just...
Yeah, well, time will tell when they bump it up to that much. Stats will tell how many people are going to buy it at that rate. And then the consumers will tell you what they're ready for by flipping the middle finger.
Yeah, the middle finger.
Right back at that CEO.
Consumers are ready to tell us to fuck off.
And they're going to tell them, like, Dan, they're not bottomless cows.
What? Yeah. I suppose the bottomless cows was a bizarre
thing is, didn't they try it? I
phrase.
swear they tried it at the beginning of the generation. Oh, we're going to do $70 and it just never did because...
It was 2K that started it. 2K were the ones that were pushing 2K right at the beginning, saying, "Oh yeah, the games are going to be $70," and I think everyone kind of went, "Ooh, what is it really?"
And everyone was like, "No, we're okay. We'll stick to 60-50."
So, yeah, I think someone has to lead the charge on behalf of the developers to say games need an increase. However, the team that put their hand up first and go, "Oh yeah, we'll do it. We'll test the waters," were the wrong.
Yeah, I mean. 2K, this was the same people who decided it was a good idea to put ads in the middle of their game. You couldn't do anything about it. You had to just sit and wait as they were advertising new things to buy. You're like, why do I need this in my video game? Well,
and that was
from reality.
that was kind of chucked in without warning as well, wasn't it? It wasn't even
Yeah.
like there was an ad, like a warning on the box saying, in-game adverts or anything. They just added
No,
it,
it came out
updated
a
it one
month.
day.
It was like a month or two after release or something, so it wasn't in it to begin with, and then they introduced it. So it was just absolutely stupid.
It's not. I mean, I think was it Ubisoft have sort of committed to sticking to $60 or 55, 50 quid, what have you, going forwards for their big games. But I can't imagine they're gonna stick to that for long. If once they see if 2K and Activision and others can get away with it, then they'll be like, well, we're missing out on some money here. But yeah, it's not good. Not good at all.
No.
He did say, I was just having a quick read a second ago, that obviously they get me words out. It cannot be drawn on future pricing of other next-gen titles, saying that the publisher made announcements about it on a title-by-title basis. However, they did insist that the company was committed to delivering more value than what we charge. So he's trying to spin it, so basically saying that what you get in your game is worth more than what we're charging you, even though we're charging you more. Which, again, as you said, Dan, is like the most corporate nonsense.
That's a lot of waffle, that is, isn't it?
If you think about it, we're really giving you the best value of money, and it might seem like a lot, but we're actually
we're over delivering. But Ross said it.
I've only got 2 yachts in the harbour. How dare you?
I need a third yacht.
But you stick an ad in your game. There is no way you should be turning around and saying, "Oh, we're going to also up our price. This is value for money." Get the F out of here. No, it's absolutely ridiculous. However, as I said, if it was someone who was more like, I don't know, if it was someone else, if the new Fallout game was £70, I'm sure or £65, would all look at each other and go, yeah, do you know what? Or the new Mass Effect would go, yeah.
It's worth it though, because you know it's going to get their value for content, value for money.
Exactly.
With 2K, they're going to go, oh, here's 2K, here's a game for $70. Now you've got to spend another 100 if you want to get the good feel with it.
With all the extra add-ons and
bells and whistles and the shiny bits and we're still sticking ads in it as well, FYI.
Yeah, and you can give us a couple of quid for an extra outfit or a different coloured basketball or some shit like that. It sort of reminds me of when they did not the season pass, sorry, the online pass for things like Dead Space and stuff like that, where when you bought it new, you got the online included, but if you traded it in and someone bought it second hand, they had to pay a tenner to get the online access again.
I remember that. Yeah,
that didn't last very long, but then that was more underhanded, I think, than just up in the price. And he's not wrong; it hasn't been increased in a long time.
I think more Punisher is playing Dead Space 3.
Yeah, I know that was the only one I could think of. I know there were plenty of other games, but yeah, that was the real kick in the teeth. Because why would you pay? No, poor Dead Space.
Why don't they base it off real things, like the actual turnaround for it? Say it took this much to make. This is the much of the profit margin. Now that we're in this bit, it costs this much to make. Now that we're doing next gen stuff, so we have to sort of scale that back by upping the price. Like if they're going to go down a business approach, then add all the details into it to why they're upping the price, not just
we want that extra bonus.
We want that extra money.
We want that bonus.
We want that Christmas party, so we're screwing you guys for it.
As you say, they're very vague. If they were clear, it would be all right. But I don't think they've actually added anything to 2K21, have they, for Series S and X? It's just slightly shinier visuals. Which,
if that, the
basketball was always shiny anyway.
Yeah,
the comparisons is like, really? That's clutching.
I mean, I'm not obviously I'm not a developer, but surely most of the work is already done, and I'm sure it does take effort and money to up spuff the visuals that much. But is it worth an extra tenner just for that?
I think it depends how much they've done. I mean, there was that. What was it that came out this week about what Rockstar have said about the next gen upgrades for GT5, and they're like, it's not just an upscale. They've went back and they've fixed gameplay mechanics. They've increased visuals. They've added new techniques into the game. So if they've done as much work as that, then £10 fair dues. I don't mind paying an extra £10 to do a game that's had more work put in it. But if it's literally just, or we've threw in race tracing, or we've made beads of sweat look a little bit better, I'm not paying £10 for that if it's all the same. I'm not going to buy a game just because I can see Steph Curry sweating a bit heavier.
Yeah, something to improve the actual experience, the gameplay experience. Yeah, but slightly shinier foreheads.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Hey, shiny foreheads, everyone wants that.
If anything, sports games are the least concerning about graphics.
Yeah.
As Ross said, though, isn't it? It's that thing of that all they're doing is copy and pasting and then sticking the new player in the new team, or the jersey changes slightly. It's you could easily charge less for a DLC for things like that, couldn't you? I think we would be happy if we had to pay, say, £20 every time FIFA came out, and then the half yearly for the transfer updates. You'd kind of go, yeah, I'll do that. Because if you look at long term, you're saving money, and then when the brand new mechanics come out, you buy the brand new pocket game.
Yeah, FIFA and Madden and things like that, they're actually the perfect games for service type games. You don't need to bring out a new iteration every year. If you bring out FIFA and then you get a massive patch in February when the transfer window's finished, another massive patch at the start of the next season, if there's graphical upgrades, that's fine. But there's not been a big enough jump from probably 15 or 16 to the present day to say that you really need to have a new game with all these fancy new bells and whistles. They just change it so the Ultimate Team gets more money out of them.
And have you seen what they've done with the Switch versions?
No.
It literally is, what was it, FIFA 19 come out on the Switch, then 20 was exactly, it even said on the box, this is exactly the same game, just for the new teams. Another £60, please. And then again, the 21.
Yes, I read and didn't IGN copy and paste the same review they did?
Yeah, they copied and pasted their review because they literally copied and pasted the game and just updated the rosters and charged the same amount again, which, as you say, Ross, it's ideal for like a live set, or not live service, sorry, games as a service type thing. Like once a year you get the roster updates or team updates, whatever, give them 20, 30 quid. Surely that would encourage
consumer friendly, but they would lose so much money.
And well, they still got a FIFA Ultimate Team. They're making like billions a year on that nonsense.
Ridiculous.
I mean,
amounts of money.
Dan, I don't know how much he's been in the last couple of years, but when we done, what was it, 2 years ago, we went out to buy a pack challenge, and Dan noticed how much he had saved from not spending money on Ultimate Team.
Yes, so the previous year, I think I used to get 4 weekly paid back then, and it was more or less every time I got paid, I would just blow £80 on the top amount of FIFA pack. Yeah, just whatever, you get who you get. So
it's just something that I've never understood.
Now, I think I've maybe bought one or two of the mega packs, or the coins needed to get the mega packs, but I can't say I've done it habitually like Dan did.
It's whatever. I had a good team though that year.
Did you actually win games with it though?
No.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Dad will play 80 minutes then quit.
Yeah.
That's too generous. 85. 85, 75.
85, 75.
Yeah, so you got the wrong way there.
Anyway.
I've played Ultimate Team since it came into fruition, and I've not bought a pack once.
It's easier this year for packs, but I haven't played it grinded like you should do to get packs. But yeah, I'm FIFA clean now. Haven't bought a pack for 2 or 3 years.
Proud of you, Dan.
You get like a little badge and everything as well.
Yeah, you get a little token. Yeah, you get a little token.
It doesn't come in a pack you have to open though, does it? Because that could set you off.
Exactly, but you do have to pay for that coin.
And he gets scolded less from his wife.
Yeah, just give me that look.
So do you
Be
think
banging the door in a minute?
Are you talking about them Ultimate Teams again? Get away!
Better be spending money again.
I don't know why we gave you a voice, a real gravelly voice.
Am I not allowed to
Daniel?
No, she's like the.
We'll turn him on.
Do you remember what was it, Tom and Jerry? The lady with the stockings. Anyway.
Anyway, do you think we might get more of these sort of things in Game Pass then going forward earlier? Because obviously this has been out, what, 6 months now? Do you think they might try and justify it by chucking it in Game Pass?
Increasing Game Pass, or
No, I mean like chucking something like 2K21 into Game Pass,
They just
maybe a
think
month. Yeah, but I mean sooner than like after launch, maybe at launch or just a month after launch or two, so they can try and justify.
No, I honestly think because what they did, they were like, "Oh shit, we're making no money here. Let's put it in Game Pass."
I think they're trying to give people a taste. And look at this game; it's really good.
Yeah,
And that's how they do it. And then you would have some people that go, "Oh yeah, this game's free. I'll try Ultimate Team. Oh, I'll just buy whoever I need to buy to." I reckon it's a sneakier cash grab.
What's that, Mr. EA? You want my credit card details?
Also, it's always marketing because bad press is always going to be good press. So,
We're talking about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're talking about it, and that's it. People go, "Oh, they're going to look into it."
I'm not playing it.
Up. But then you know, some people might go pick it up and play it, and they go, "Oh, I like this," and they go back, and the next year, it's all that clever marketing ploy where, and especially if they go, "Okay, we heard you, we listened to you. We're not going to make the price up," and everyone's like, "Oh, you're amazing, thank you."
We took the ads out though.
Yeah. So
thing is, it's like that. It's like Dan says, though. You're going to get people who's going to pick this game up for free and going to rationalise it like, "Oh, I could have bought the Ultimate Edition of this game and it was £120. Let me just spend £120 on packs."
Yeah.
And then they get 90% of a really good team and they go, "Oh, but an extra £10 on a pack here is not going to affect it. So I'll just get this pack to get another set of players." And before they know it, they'll have spent more on the game than they maybe would have if they'd have bought the game at £60 or £80 if they bought the Ultimate version.
And then it will leave Game Pass.
Exactly.
and then they have to buy it for $70 afterwards.
Yeah, like I've spent all this money already. I can't let it go to waste. I'll buy the game as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so basically, corporate man tries to corporate, and
corporate man wants his yacht in Monaco.
Yeah, he's struggling. He's got fit kids to feed. I'm sure he does. He's barely scraping by. So
it's a pandemic, man. It's hit them hard. They don't know how to cope.
Yeah. I think out of all of the fucking companies, I think they're doing all right, especially with GTA still plodding along. That is mad how much that money that makes every month still. After what's it, 8 years this year?
Something
like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit that.
Crazy. Well, them kids and their shark cards. Back in my day,
that's basically Gary on Thursday nights.
Oh, is he a bit of a spender, is he?
No, we always wind him up. He does. He just plays it every day.
Oh, okay.
But it's also still really bad at the game at the same time.
Nothing worse than a terrible plays every day.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's like plays every day, but it's really bad at the game still.
As long as he's having fun.
And that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
All right. Anything else to add to that nonsense, or should we move on to a couple other bits?
Yeah, CEO, one of these.
Go find your bottomless cow.
Yeah. Here's what your consumer's ready for.
Your bottomless cow.
All right. Let's get through a couple of quick ones real quick, and then we get on to what we've been playing. So, Mediatonic, who are the creators of, what's it called? Fall Guys. There we go. They're joining the Epic Games family. Basically, Epic have bought them. So now Fall Guys will be on the Epic Store, and they got a bit more of a back into to improve the game and keep it running. Obviously, it's coming to Xbox in the summer. And they got a little FAQ real quick. So basically, how will this affect the game? It won't affect the game. It still get updates left, right, and center on the platforms it's on, as well as going to Xbox and Switch later on. Possibility of Fortnite and Rocket League style crossovers where they could have extra characters from different universes, etc., and also things like account systems, crossplay, squad versus squad, etc., etc. Free to play, nothing to announce. Will it affect the community? No. And why Epic? Because they gave them a lot of money. No, that's not what they said. They've been fans for a while.
That's the answer.
Exactly what it was.
Don't worry about it. That's the answer. You can ignore the rest.
They really love Fall Guys, and our team at Mediatonic will continue to be the same team working on the same game, but we now have the full power of Epic Games to help us take the game to new, dizzying heights.
We have more money now to make it better.
Basically, yeah. So that's exciting for them, I suppose. It's not really going to affect us, but Epic had sort of picking up people left, right, and centre, not quite to the extent of what they call THU Nordic or Embracer Group. But do you reckon we might see it go to free to play when it comes to Xbox now that they've been backed by Epic?
That's the Epic model, isn't it? Free to play for these type of games.
Exactly what happened to Rocket League.
It's one of those. Isn't it one where they bring like a bit like PlayStation Plus, where it'll be free for the first 2 weeks, month, and then it'll go to you have to buy it.
On the Epic Store, they do free games every 2 weeks, but it's not necessarily their own games or anything like that. It's just
but you have to
games.
accept it, and then you get it for free all forever.
Yeah.
I think they'll do that. A bit like the most model of PlayStation Plus, where you get it for free for a bit. As long as you pick it up, you've got it.
Yeah. Do you know what? I didn't think about that. Actually, they probably will do that when it comes to the Epic Store, but I'm still expected to come to Game Pass when it comes to Xbox. What about you, Ross?
I don't know if they will. Fortnite, like the Fortnite model, there's loads of stuff that you can buy in Fortnite. Will give them their money back. Same with Rocket League. They don't have that much in Fall Guys, so I don't know if it's going to be effective.
They've got cosmetics in Fall Guys.
Yeah, they have.
Isn't it just skins for the little beans, whatever they're called?
Yeah, that's it. But it's not like, I suppose in Fortnite, it's the whole battle pass scenario will be able to get your character to look like the Mandalorian or the Predator or things like that. Whereas in Fall Guys, you can make your character look like a snowman or a hot dog.
In Fortnite, it's all about dancing. That's about it.
Oh, so there's a lot more ways to make money from the cosmetic side of Fortnite than there is for Fall Guys.
I don't know. I think they could, if they use the same kind of principles as they've done, you could make your beans dress up as anyone. You know, Marvel crossover.
I don't know why that phrase tickled me. Make your beans dress up like anyone.
I'll keep my beans as they are.
Yeah, do you know? I might just go in the corner. Yeah.
Just say what we're all thinking.
He likes to play with his beans. He's all right.
I know what you mean. But yeah, so Master Chief for Fall Guys confirmed.
Yep. Here we go.
And Kratos and...
Have you bought Master Chief yet, Jamie?
No, I'm not buying Master Chief. No.
You call yourself a Halo fan.
I got trolled the other day though. One of our good friends who shall remain nameless. Pete. he shared a link that looked like it was Jill Valentine and Barry Burton were coming to Fortnite, and I was like, "Whoa!" And I clicked on it like a fool, and got me well and truly, didn't he?
Was it Rickroll?
No, it was just a made up link, but it looked like it was a real one, and I was like, "You fucker." Because that would get my money anyway. Anything else? Any other thoughts on Mediatonic and Fall Guys and Epic and video games?
Jill or to turn up now.
Jill or Barry? Which one would you pick? Can I have one?
Jill, obviously. I know Graham would go for Barry.
Bazza.
Good old Bazza.
Well, we'll talk more about Jill later on when we get to what we've been playing. In it, Dan. Right. One last very quick one. We discussed last week about the Microsoft and Bethesda deal being signed off. Was it Friday? Was it? And there was an event teased or rumored to be coming just shortly after. However, is Aaron Greenberg, was it? Yes, who has basically poured water in that fire, saying there's nothing coming soon with regards to Xbox events that would feature game announcements or world premieres like Elden Ring, which was there was some leaked footage being thrown around earlier this week as well. So basically, he's kind of debuffed any rumor of a showcase, which was supposed to be on March the 23rd, according to Jeff Grubb the other week. So it says just to set expectations, this is not happening.
No, boo.
Basically, yeah. When I seen the Elden Ring things rumored for the 23rd, I was rather excited about that because that game looks gorgeous. But we shall have to wait.
So you a Souls fan anyway?
I think we covered this a couple of weeks ago in the podcast. I love the art style. I think they look amazing, but the whole let's roll around for 30 attacks trying to get one hit on this 25-foot monster and then get killed in one hit, have to go back to the start of the game. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I forget the rest of you. Anyone here a Souls fan at all?
No.
Not at all. tedious.
Cool.
Yeah. Couldn't do it.
Good. Yeah. I think, as you said, Ross, when we discussed it, I said I like hard games, but that's just like too much for me. It's not fun. It's just, as you say, tedious.
Exactly. Yeah. And people that play those are the same people you see wearing masks and have secret special words.
Okay then.
Well, like
And with that,
cow.
all right, let's move swiftly on to what we've been playing. What we've been
I
playing.
think we should start with you, Jamie, because I really want to hear about Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, I know. I'm quite happy to spend 2 hours talking about that.
So we start with you this time, Jamie. This is your time. We start with you. What have you been playing? Because we know one I just mentioned.
Well, I've been playing this game called Resident Evil 0, and it's.
No, that's not what we want to hear. Come on.
I did play a little bit of that, but I didn't go much further. Anyway, Fallout. Yes, I started New Vegas at the behest of many of these people on this show.
And his homework.
And
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it?
What? How far did you get? What did you do?
Well, Dan recommended I play an hour, so I think I played probably just over an hour. And even though I didn't really get on with 4 very well, even it's basically the same sort of thing. For some reason, the way it looks and the way it sounded, and I just got proper sucked into it for that hour. I thought it was I only did like the tutorial mission or whatever, and maybe I sort of started wondering, but it sort of reminded me why I like those games in the first place, like Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout 3.
There is nothing better than just cruising through the Mojave with Big Iron playing, and that's all you need.
Yeah, I just
set the world on fire.
I just stood on top of a hill, and even obviously it doesn't look anything like any of the modern games, but I was just looking at I think I could explore this. Yeah, it looks good. I killed some things and got some weapons, and then I turned it off, and I haven't been back to it yet. But then I've been playing other titles such as Embargoed, so I haven't really had time to get back to it yet. But I will get back to it because I was enjoying, as much as it pains me to admit after all these years.
Have you left Good Springs yet?
I should have listened. I have no idea. I went to what's the little bar where you talk to the bar owner?
Prospector Inn.
Yeah. And I spoke to her about some guy that's hiding from some people trying to kill him. And then I was on my way to do that when I stopped. So
you're still in Good Spring then?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I kind of skipped over most of the opening intro because I was like, I just want to get to play.
You missed the best part.
Yeah,
you skipped the intro.
Well, I have watched it before.
The game was rigged from the start.
Dan, can you kick him out of the podcast, please?
I remember that bit.
Move him, please.
I remember him saying that the game was rigged, and then he shoots you, didn't he? And then you get rescued by the robot cowboy dude, whatever. But and I'll get back to it this week at some point. I don't know if I'll ever finish it because it's going to be massive, I imagine. But you were right. How about there? You go. You were right. It was good. It was good choice. And then one more very quickly, and then I'll shut up for a little while. I've been playing a game, just did a review called Spooky Chase. It's a little 2D like action puzzle type game. It's, as soon as you start running, you can't stop, so you can only change direction. Your guy just keeps running, and you got to collect a flag in the level. And then once you collect the flag, you respawn at a different point, and you start again. But as you start, your ghost from the first run is also going through the level, and you have to. Each level's got 10 flags to collect, and so by the time you get into like flag 6, 7, 8, 9, there's that many ghosts also running around the level, which if you touch, you die, and you have to start over again. And it gets very hard because you have to try and remember where each ghost was running, where they jumped, where they ducked down, where they might turn around, and if their run is just a short little one compared to, sometimes you've got to go from left all the way from the left to the right hand side of the screen, but sometimes you might just literally have to drop down one platform. So if they do that real quick, they'll just do that in a loop over and over again, so you've got to try and time to get through that. it's good fun. Annoying, very annoying, because if once you get to flag 9, you die. You have to start back from flag 1. But those first 9 flags that you've collected already count towards your tally, which then unlocks further levels. So as you collect the flags, they're red, and when you start again, they're white. And if they're white, they don't count towards your tally. So you have to collect 8 flags or 9 flags that you've already collected again to try and get the last one. You can't just skip to the one that you haven't got yet, which can get quite frustrating, because the amount of times I got to the last flag and then died, and then I'd have to do all 9 again to try and get there again. Just because each, as I said, each level is gated, so you'll get 10 flags, one unlock level, 20 flags, 30 flags, etc. And if I just needed one more, I was like going through all the levels trying to find one that I could try and do, but I'd have to go through all of them to get that one last flag. But yeah, it's annoying, but it's good fun at the same time. It's real short, sharp levels, and yeah, it's just good fun, really. There was one bit I was trying to do some platforming, and the levels, the floor fell away as you're jumping up. So I was like bouncing up, falling down, running back, bouncing up, falling down again, and all the while these ghosts are running around me. And I'm like laughing to myself, like, why can't I do this? Getting so angry. And then I finally got to the flag, and one of them respawned right in front of me and killed me. So I turned it off. I turned it off then. But yeah, no, it's good. Well worth a check out. I think it's only a few quid on the store. All right, who wants to go next then? Silence is golden. Go on, Graham.
Yeah, I can do the one that I reviewed that recently got posted, and that was Thunder Flash. The game sounds more exciting than what it is, but
it sounds like an 80s action movie.
Well, that's where it tries to get you, because it's based off the 80s style gaming. Those familiar back in the day with games like Who Dares Wins on the Commodore, or Mercs on the Mega Drive, or Genesis for the US. It's just, a run and gun one, but sort of top scrolling for some levels, side scrolling for some. And they just, captured the exact same style of what those ones used to be. It's not dual stick, so you only use the left stick to sort of aim. So adds that old school element to it, so you can't just sort of run with one and aim with the other, which would have made the game like super easy. But it's not bad. It does capture the essence of the 80s, and for those achievement hunters, it's really easy to pick up 1000G in sort of maybe less than about an hour.
I was going to grab this game before you took it to review it.
12,000G. Yeah, it was all right. The game starts off like it's your typical 80s thing, and then just makes some proper weird choices as you progress. It's like you sense it's sort of Ratalaika shenanigans, like it's borrowed elements from other games. Because the game starts off, it says you have to capture the Kashmir, which is an area part of sort of India and Pakistan. So it says like a terrorist group has taken the Kashmir. So it's taken like the whole area, and it just sends in 2 commandos to sort of eliminate them.
That's all you need. As long as they've got muscles and a gun, you're fine.
two commandos to solve it all. Yeah. And what are these all about? So there's levels where you're riding a motorbike for no reason. There's a level where you're riding jetpacks, fighting on jetpacks.
As you do.
And some of the bosses go from like an aircraft for one, turrets for one, so you just have to evade a turret as a boss, to a water dragon that's like a giant mechanical dragon in the water, to a tank with spinning horns for arms. So some weird terrorist faction that they got going. And it's quite simple to complete, but it's also tough because they've made certain elements mean. Like they've made because it's old school 80s graphics, they've camouflaged mines into sort of the background, so you don't see it unless you're really looking out for it. And they sort of killed me more than the enemies killed me. And what they've done is, if you don't make it with all your sort of 10 credit lives, then it unlocks 15 credit lives, and if you fail again, you get 20 credit lives. But they've also added in a level select. So if you do die, you can just carry on from the level select bit and then finish off the game. Which is
there any
kind of what I
penalty
did.
for that?
No, no penalty. Like I told you, I got all the achievements just by finishing off the game that way.
Yeah.
And then there was one other achievement for the different modes. They got a boss rush mode and a and a survival mode, where the survival mode you have to kill 100 enemies in survival mode, which is just drones, but they barely move and they barely do damage to you. So you can get that achievement really easy. It's just quite boring. But it's
achievements.
Yeah. Yeah, 2-player local co-op, and it's a bit of fun, and it does proper capture the essence of sort of an 80s game. Yeah.
Proper old
I'm
school.
sold.
Yeah, so achievement
were sold at
hunters and
achievements.
fans of the old style games.
Mate, you said the word achievements, and
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought you might light up then. But yeah,
ain't no Lego game though.
but yeah, that's the only review title I've done this week. I've got 2 or more on the go, but they're embargoed.
So, all right. Who else would like to ever regale us of what they've been playing?
Well, I'll go me next because I played really boring games this week.
Cool. that's exciting.
Yeah, way to lead in.
Way to lead it, woo! So I'll also go for my stealth adventures. So I picked up a new one called Alkaline Gun. It's based like a discount Hitman, which is just, but that's been an understatement because it's dreadful. It's trying to be nice, like a discount Hitman, but just no.
I think
So
the
it's trying to take-
essence of Hitman.
Here's
and
the
the rest.
Hitman and just doo-doo.
Yeah, just stuck an S on the front of it.
That's it. And yeah, I mean, I get the kind, they're trying to play Hitman. It's quite cool, and the storyline's all right. But yeah, it just wasn't executed very well. And the fact of the matter is, you can like hold like a barb, like a garrote to go kill the person, and you can circle them trying to get them through the neck. You're like, come on, I'm gonna kill you. But it's so finicky. You have to keep spinning around while you're spinning around them. Till you get it, then you can kill him. And it's just frustrating. So you're going around them circles, and they're going around, they're spinning around, not even worried that you're doing this until they die.
Get some Benny Hill music or something in the background.
That's it. It would work. Yeah. I'll try and get a video clip of it to show you because it's just so frustrating sometimes. And I played another beautiful, wonderful title called Handball 21. Jamie reviewed.
Are you enjoying that one, Ian? Because it's a bit janky, I thought, isn't it?
I have no idea what I was doing half the time.
Makes you wonder the people playing the game if they know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, how is this a sport? How do people like this? Like, seriously?
The thing is, have you watched handball? Like people playing it properly?
No.
Yeah.
It was actually quite good because I watched a couple of matches while I was reviewing the game just to see how it compared, and I quite got into. I don't do sports, but I quite liked. It was quite exciting and quite like fast paced, and then you play the game. It's like,
I think it's what I didn't understand was I was scoring a goal, and then all of a sudden they'll come and score, and they get like 3 points. I'm like, how have you got 3 points? I only got 1 for my goal.
yeah, bizarre. And it's, as I said in the review, I think it's kind of like once you got the ball, you've got to get really lucky to tackle someone or to stop them scoring.
Yeah,
so it's just like I score, you score, I score, you score,
Yeah.
and like you said, the scoring, it's like, yeah, why have you got more points than me?
Yeah, exactly. It made no sense. Like, what? I did exactly the same thing you did, and you got 3 points. I got 1. It made no sense.
Yeah, proper read the rules on that one.
Yeah.
You seem like you know a bit of handball, Ross. So
I've watched a couple of times just because obviously they've got like the big names, like so you've got like your Paris Saint-Germain handball team, Barcelona
Yeah, I
handball
saw
team.
that,
So
yeah.
I've seen a couple of like games with that on it. And you looked at it, it actually looks pretty nuts. Kind of feel sorry for the goalkeepers at some points.
there's a ball lobbed out their head.
you don't have
Smash
much
in the
of a chance
face.
as a keeper. So I've watched a couple of games, but it's one of these ones. It's like I'm a big fan of the Tour de France, and I love watching the Tour de France. I've never played one of the video games because I just think how can cycling for
yeah.
95 kilometers up and down hills translate to a video game? And I don't think it does very well.
If it's track and field style, please no.
So
For an
it's like-
hour and a half, we just sitting
Yeah.
exactly.
God, that'd be a nightmare.
Yeah. They've
So
got
yeah, no,
saddle
it's one of
saw,
those
and I've
ones
got-
that looks good, but I don't think it would be an enjoyable
Yeah,
experience.
some games shouldn't be made, or some sports should be made into games,
Yeah.
or even
Again,
scenarios. Hence, PC building game simulator, wherever it was.
I've got
The PC building
That was nearly one
simulator.
of my first reviews. Like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
I was in a bit of a rut, and I was like, I hadn't built a PC in ages because money. So I was like, I need to do something to sort of feed my fix. So I bought that.
Are you happy you did that?
Did it do the job? Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Jamie in that game with my first review. I was like, no thanks. I'd rather not review than review that.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. See if you've never built a PC in your life before and you're looking for a way to learn how to build a PC, it's actually quite useful. It teaches a few basic things. But if you've done the real process and you're doing this, you're like, oh, this is just click. Click.
Is that bad? Okay.
Shall I go for the 16 gig or the 21 gig of RAM?
There's no 21.
I know.
There's no 21.
You need to repair the computer. Okay, so you literally, there's a tab on the thing that says ad blocker, and you double click it and you're like, oh, you fixed this customer's computer. Here's $90.
Success.
Not that easy.
Like, yeah.
I'm opening up a shop.
Anyway, how do we get to PC? So Hamble. What do you think, Ian?
Oh, that's part. I didn't understand what the hell I was doing, but achievements, you know me. But yeah, it was dreadful. I didn't understand what was going on, but a lot of it was just simulating and trying to understand why am I getting 1 point and then getting 3 points.
Yeah, I think obviously you've got to be some like the positioning or something, but for life of no money, I couldn't figure out why.
Oh yeah, I couldn't figure out. I was trying loads of passes and shoot, and I was like, I thought I could look it up, and I thought I'm not that invested.
There was one move I think where you could run and you sort of span on the spot and threw it behind you, and that's the only way I ever found like a score. Do that and then lob it straight away, because otherwise it would bounce off them or they'd save it or. Yeah,
I found doing one of those spin shots where you just bounce and it bounces into net. That always works.
No, I couldn't hit one of them. I don't think. Just straight into the keeper's hand every time. Yeah, cool.
I thought I also had good fun in Minecraft Dungeon yesterday. Apart from the last level, was crazy.
Yeah. Yes. Brutal.
But I thought I actually really enjoyed it. I actually can go back to that and play more if you guys don't want to. But I think I will play more of it. I actually really enjoyed it. What about you two? Did you?
I was all right with it. It's just obviously I just needed to wait for you guys to catch up, and then it started to get serious.
Yeah, because you did the review, didn't you? So you were way ahead of us.
Yeah,
level-wise,
in terms of level there.
But you caught up pretty quickly though.
Yeah, I think I'm like 24. I think I am now. Yeah. But I actually really enjoyed it. I think it's really good. I can see why they keep updating it and why it's well received. Because I'm kind of glad I actually picked up and played it, because I think it's definitely one I'll go back to and play.
You just enjoyed the noise.
Ross, Dan, have you played Minecraft Dungeons?
Nope. Hate the Minecraft series.
I've played a little bit of it.
Don't sugarcoat, will you?
Yeah.
Hate it. It could be a complete lack of creativity in the original game, but no time for it.
Have you tried building a PC in Minecraft? That might
peak.
That might work. It may be better than PC building something like that, that's for sure.
Dungeons is not too bad. It's a nice. I didn't think I'd like it because I can't stand proper Minecraft, but Dungeons was quite funny, quite a laugh, and it felt like it doesn't take itself overly serious, does it?
No,
that's just kind of gives you that nice kind of flow, and you can play by yourself as well. And I would imagine, as you guys have mentioned, it would be great playing with friends online, because it just has that ridiculous, or just the right enough ridiculousness.
Apart from if you're Jamie and takes all the arrows and never uses them.
I've got to get them numbers up, haven't I? You know, if I'm not holding more than 500 arrows at one time, what am I going to do?
Just in case moment.
Do you know what? I don't even know how I got that many arrows, because I wasn't even trying to pick them up. I just ended up with them somehow.
No, but, who knows?
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of dungeon crawlers like that normally, but it was all right. It was one of the better ones, I think.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like things like Diablo and Torchlight and stuff never really floated my boat.
Yeah, same. Diablo I just couldn't get on with, but Minecraft Dungeons, I kind of quite stuck into that. It was a good laugh.
As you say, it was quite easy to just pick up and play when there wasn't like a billion stats you had to worry about. It's just is this sword
whatever the highest item level is?
Yeah.
Yeah. What number is higher? That will do.
And even the enchantments when they're bad, because if you got rid of your old weapon that you'd already spent enchantments on, you could get them back, couldn't you?
Yeah, and you sell them. Yeah, exactly. That was good. I like that feature. So it's like you don't feel like you're wasting it every time you're upgrading a weapon.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get back to it at some point, maybe next weekend.
But yeah, then my usual Fortnite and stuff like that. Apart from that, betraying you in Fortnite, not playing.
I was going to say, still haven't got my invite in. All right, let's move on then. You fucker.
I play with better people. Sorry. What can I say?
It's harsh but fair. Ross, what have you been playing?
I done the hunt for Borderlands 3 this week.
Oh, yes.
And
How
I
did that go?
have never been so burnt out from a game in all my days. I think I did, I can't remember, it's almost like 20 hours streaming in 3 days. And that was me. There was people who were playing it who done, I think they did 12 hours a day for the full 60 hours.
Oh,
And
how did you do?
Oh, terrible. I thought I was a good Borderlands player, but there was people who were doing it, and the best way to do it was to get to endgame and then start trying to get as many legendaries after endgame as you could. There was people who were completing Borderlands 3 in 6 hours. It's a 25-hour game for just the campaign. And it was all through, I mean, if you watch some of the streams I'm doing, it's like when you go and talk to a character, you save quit, you load in, the dialogue's all been skipped, so then you can just go and start in the next mission. Okay. It's known about different places that instead of following like this sort of Skyrim scenario, instead of trying to go round the mountain to get to where you want to go, it's going up and over it. There's a lot of places in Borderlands where you don't have to go from A to B to C to D to E to F. You can just go A to F. But if you don't know where they are, you need to do it the way the game intends it. So you're spending the full amount of time doing that. Some of the people that were doing it were just, in the first day, they had completed the game and were halfway through all the DLCs. And that's in the first 12 hours of playing it. So I think there was 4 people who completed the game or completed the hunt, which was 350 plus legendaries over the course of the 60 hours. And I think the fastest time done it was by somebody from the UK, actually, Lazy Data. I think they had done it in something like 40 plus hours or something. They had completed every legendary in Borderlands 3. So I think I finished something like 195th in the world. So it was quite
That's not bad going.
I think there was only about 400 people, to be fair. So middle of the pack.
That's not bad going at all. So what? So was it just a case of collecting legendaries like in the end game, or did you have to actually go through the campaign first?
Yeah. So one of the requirements of the game, there were certain rules that you had to adhere to, and one of them was you have to finish the final mission. So if you had somehow had managed to get every single legendary in the game, but didn't finish the game, disqualified.
Okay.
If you went over the 60-hour time limit, disqualified. They required you for your health and your sanity that you had to take a 2/3 break for the amount of time that you streamed. So if you streamed for 12 hours, you had to take an 8-hour break between your next stream.
Yeah.
And everything had to be streamed. You couldn't play it in the background and just click what you had taken. So there was a few rules that you had to stick by. There was a couple other things about like glitching and things like that. But as much as it's burnt me out, it was a great experience. It was good watching the leaderboard, trying to go through it. But it's definitely something that you can't just... I think what I did went in very naive on how difficult it was going to be. And it takes like the commitment that some of these players had to stream it was unreal. I think in the last couple of days at the Lazy Data who did win it, he spent 2 12-hour streams farming 2 items because he couldn't get them.
So he got all the items, did he?
He got all of them eventually, yeah. But these last 2 items, all he did was load in the map, kill the guy that he had to kill, didn't get the drop, quit out, start again, kill the guy, quit out, start again. He did that for 2 12-hour streams.
That's my achievement hunting.
That's some dedication. That is.
It is. I mean, like there was prizes. Borderlands actually, or not Borderlands. 2K and Take-Two actually, Gearbox, sorry, actually put in quite a lot of prizes for the winners. So there was like a lot of you can't buy merchandise given out to the winners, statues, artwork, things like that. So there was some payoff at the end of it. It was for charity, but you could try and win the prizes. So, but 24 hours trying to get 2 items, that's too much commitment for me.
I suppose those what did you say his name was? Sorry,
Lazy Data.
I suppose that's his like full-time job, as it were. That he
I
is
mean,
a streamer.
Yeah, the two folk who set up Killer 6 and Joltstood are Borderlands content creators, and the ones that finished top 4 are all full-time YouTube streamers for solely Borderlands. So it's understandable why they did want it, but there was some effort.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sounds like a lot of work. So how are you going to compete again next year if they do it again, or is it a yearly thing they do? Or
it's a yearly thing. I probably will do it next year, but I will temper my expectations a little bit more, or get better at the game, which is probably the more advisable one.
Just quit your job and just play Borderlands for the next 365 days, and you'd be ready, wouldn't you?
We sorted.
Just to get a statue and maybe a jumper or something.
The issue with it is it's as good as a player you can be. It's all down to luck. I mean, that's the thing. You could farm the same person 100 times and never get what you want. Somebody could farm it once and get everything they need.
Yeah.
So,
Joy.
Yeah.
Not my idea of a
of
a fun time.
Everyone sounds like they were surviving that in their head. Oh, the pain of it.
I'd rather do fishing in Fortnite with gaming.
Yeah. So that was your week basically then.
Very much. Yep. All I managed to achieve.
Yeah. Well, as long as you had fun, that's all that matters.
The main thing.
Indeed. All right.
And hark, isn't that the sound of someone completing something?
Oh, saving the best till last. Oh.
So, I finished Resident Evil 5.
Boo.
He finished the game. It's a Christmas.
Best one in the series. We had.
I enjoyed this one. So I was playing it co-op with my brother-in-law.
Did he have a shirt on?
He had a shirt on, I believe. He was, the naked one. He wasn't. He wasn't in this room with me. So yeah,
that's what you think.
I did feel like shoulders on or hands on my shoulders. Right. So yeah, I found this the first time I've ever finished it. Stop trying to put me off. Yeah, it's a good game. I quite enjoyed it. Playing it co-op or with someone is the only way to play that game. Otherwise, it would be horrendous. And some of the boss fights are ridiculous. So Wesker,
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. Oh, this is well old.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that you can spoil this fans game.
Anyway, as you're fighting him, there was as always, like something red on his back, and then there was something red on his front. So I'm unloading with like a grenade launcher, and I'm like, this guy's got to be dead by now. He wiped the floor with us. Loaded in again, watched a YouTube video of how to do it, and it's literally hit him in the back, shoot him twice in the chest, hit him in the back, twice in the chest, and you repeat that 3 times, and then he's dead. And I was like, you're having a laugh. I've killed him with a pistol. Yeah, I was firing rocket launchers at this dude, and grenade launchers and everything else, and he was fine.
If there's one thing you must know about Resident Evil is unless you're hitting their weak spot, they're invincible, no matter what you're using.
No matter what you do.
Yeah, it's just so stupid. But anyway, it's done. I enjoyed it. I'm not going back to the DLC. So that's out. I'm done. I'm happy I finished a game.
DLC?
No, done. It's finished.
The Chris and Jill.
Yeah, there's 2.
I forget what it's called.
It pops up. So after you finish the game, it says, "Oh, now you've unlocked something plus mode." I think there's hardcore plus mode, and then there's 2 other DLC things you can do it. I can't think what they're called. But yeah, I'm not playing those. I'm done with it.
Yeah, they're pretty short from what I remember.
Yeah, so was this one, but it's still taking me 3 months. So
it took you 3 months
to bear in mind we don't play it every night.
Even still,
I know it's a 9-hour
Resident
game.
Evil.
Anyway, right, and then the other game I played, which I was pleasantly surprised with, was Gears Tactics. So started that on the console. Control system is surprisingly good for essentially not point and click, but point and click type of game.
XCOM style game, isn't it?
XCOM, yeah. Works really well. Story's quite good. It's you're a different character set in obviously in the Gears universe, because you wouldn't be in any other universe, but it's just as Emergence Days coming through. So I've done the introductory level, and I'm getting a kind of a vibe that I want to continue playing it.
Yeah, you do.
So, yeah, I do. I wondered whether I should have gone PC as opposed to playing it on the console.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm on the console now, and I'm going to.
You can always switch between.
Yeah, I was going to say
Cloud
cloud saves.
Can you
or
cloud save?
transfer.
Maybe
Cloud
I'll try
saves
it.
transfer.
I have started it on the PC last year, but the one that I had it on, I could barely run it at low settings. So I want to get back to it and pick up where I left off, but on console. So yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, it seems.
It seems installed has never started
it. It seems all right. It really does seem quite good, and the story's quite. It's not half-assed. They've done, from what I've seen of it, a good job of trying to entice you in and give you loads of backstory and intertwine it with Gears. So
it seems to have the same like production and effort put into the story of this as it would like a mainline Gears game.
Yes, yeah.
Like the cutscenes are brilliant.
Oh, really good, aren't they? I wonder whether it's another kind of push of, they've changed. You've had your 1, 2, and 3 with Marcus, and you've got the others with the new set with Katie and everybody. And I wonder if they're just going to kind of tack on another version of Gears just so you can kind of over encompass this whole big, huge Gears universe. And if they want to, swing a hard right with tactics, they can. With the new lot, they can go somewhere else and then probably intertwine it again in Gears 360 or whatever.
Fusion fingers. Gears Infinite to go along with Halo Infinite.
Yes. Gears Forever.
But yeah, Gears Forever, yes.
That should be what it is. But it's really good. Really enjoying it so far.
Yeah. Like I said, I definitely want to get back to it at some point because I was enjoying it. It just looked like it was running on a potato when I played it. So it was terrible.
Yeah. Gonna chainsaw him.
Speaking of Gears, Ian.
Oh, we've lost him.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Dead air.
Yeah.
Pregnant pause.
Hello?
I was waiting for you to say that you'd started Gears 5. And
Oh
you were
God,
loving it.
no.
And you couldn't wait to end this so you could get back to playing it.
No chance in hell.
Oh, Ian.
I will start it one day, maybe. Who knows?
We'll start it this week.
And you finished Fallout New Vegas.
You got no chance of that, son. We'll play some Gears. You tell me when and we'll play.
Okay.
Monday night.
He's like, what? I'm busy. I'm washing my hair.
What excuse can I give?
Okay.
Not with Dan though. He won't quit the game with me.
You're not going to see me Monday. You're lucky you see me Wednesday, guys, for the Killer Queen.
Yes, Project Game Pass. Has anybody tried it? I know Ian played it already, and I've played very briefly. But has anybody had a chance to ever go yet?
Not yet. Going in blind.
No.
Going in blind, yep.
Yeah. So this Wednesday, we're aiming for 8:00.
8 o'clock. It'll be streamed.
8 p.m. streamed on Twitch on twitch.tv/Xbox Tavern. We're going to play some Killer Queen Black for our Project Game Pass segment of the podcast, where we pick a game every month, and at the end of the month we discuss our thoughts on it, and hopefully all of us will have played it at some point in that month. Okay. Anyone else got anything we'd like to talk about before we move on to the last little section? Any other games we've been playing? Any? No. Cool. All right, Dan. One question, Dan, for you.
Yes.
Are you going to play a good Resident Evil next?
To be honest, I'm Resident Evil out at the moment. If I see another boss where you have to shoot him in the smallest red dot area ever, I'm done.
But that's Resident Evil for you.
I know, but Jesus H. Christ, I can't.
Lee Resi 6, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah, that's probably the best. That's probably the best. It is co-op, yeah. Best one in the series.
SE4 is probably the worst one, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't. To be honest, I'd just play 5 and 6 over and over again. I wouldn't bother the rest of them all now.
5?
Yeah, 5 and 6. They're the best two.
5 and 6 are the ones to
Ian's sarcasm alert's broken.
Yeah, he's like, what?
We'll
Ross,
see.
Ross, you played 6, didn't you?
Yes.
Did you enjoy any of it?
No.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, that's a lie. I did enjoy. Oh crap, I can't remember. What's
Turning
the
it off?
massive? No, what's the? It's when you're in like the worn torn city and you've got the big massive bad guy to fight. Can't remember what it's called though.
I can't remember what they're called, but that's from Resident Evil 4, isn't it? The massive. He's like stomping around. You're playing as Chris, aren't you? And you're trying to like duck in and out of the clock towers to try and get a good shot at him.
I can't remember. Which one it was.
At the weak spot on his back. Then.
Probably,
Hmm.
yeah.
Do you know what the
Obvious
weak
weak
spot in the back
spot.
can do?
Yeah.
Weak spot on his beans.
Yeah. I think the only part I liked about 6 was Leon's
The ending?
campaign was all right, and then
Leon's was
the
pretty cool.
end when
The
they
end
all
when you
sort
can-
of come together. All the characters sort of ended up in the same place, and you had like Chris pointing a gun at Leon and Ada and what's her name, Sherry, and all that sort of all merging together to sort of team up for the last fight. And yeah, I like that a little bit, but it took far too long to get there.
Was Hunk there?
There was no Hunk, I'm afraid, Graham.
Was Ashley there?
No, Ashley wasn't. No, what did I just say? No, it's Sherry. It's Sherry, not Ashley, isn't it? Was it Ashley? I can't remember.
But you know.
Oh dear.
Oh, good question.
Oh,
He's
dear.
confused now.
Oh no, we've lost it now. Oh, all right, let's move on swiftly. Let my fandom down. We've got a couple of other reviews up this week. We got The Wild 8 by Dan. Do you want to give us a quick rundown of that very quickly, Dan?
Think Lost, and you will be lost.
Bit cold.
Yeah, lost, but you're in. Why does Canada spring to mind? You're not in Canada, but you're somewhere
really
in the
polite?
snow. These wolves were not polite, but yeah, you crash. Your plane crashes. You're in a snowy area. You have to explore. You've got 8 different characters, hence the Wild 8, to choose from. It's not a game I would have necessarily played. The trailer looked really good, but as you're playing it, there are little like kind of things to push you along and to make you go, oh, actually, no, I do want to play this a little bit more. I do want to see why there's some bizarre kind of laboratory in the middle of nowhere where my plane has just crashed. So yeah, it's quite good, and it was a crowd-funded game, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah, it looked interesting. So your review's up on the YouTube channel,
it is,
and then obviously on the site is the scores and stuff as well.
yes.
And we got Kill It With Fire by Corey. It's a kind of a first-person shooter-esque type thing where you're just trying to kill spiders in a various environments, and it's all sort of physics-based, furniture and scenery and stuff are flying all over the place. He said it's a lot of fun. It seems to be getting some good reviews across the board. Just
Couldn't do it.
fun little bit of action. Just if you've got a bit of arachnophobia, it might not suit you. But I think from what it looks like, the spiders are only tiny little sort of abstract style looking ones. They're not like a realistic style game. And then you put something up called about Prime Gaming. Dan.
Prime Gaming, yeah. So what's like your Amazon Prime Gaming, your benefits and etc., and how to link your accounts. So something different for
worth a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, up on YouTube channel, and there's other bits and pieces. There's some gameplay of Spooky Chase that I said about I reviewed earlier on. And there's bits and pieces, and we got the weekly news video from Ross, of course, each Wednesday as well. So that again, I forget, Ross, what time do you put them up? About 2:00, you said.
About 2:00 GMT on a Wednesday. There was a week off this week because of the hunt, but it will be back this week.
Yes, and we'll go back to your weekly news then. Okay. Anything else we want to discuss before we run into the last little section, lads? Shake your head.
Proud
shake
of
your
you,
head, shake
Dan.
your head.
Well done for completing.
Yeah, impressive.
Well
I'll
done.
try and
Took
complete
you
another
3 months to complete a 4 to 6 hour campaign, but well done.
9 hours.
I was going to say, I think 5 is a lot longer than
Yeah.
the traditional Resident Evil, but
9 hours.
not 3 months long.
Let's have a look. What's the quickest time to play Resident Evil?
Speed run, probably about an hour.
Speedrun.
Speed
This was
run.
done in 2 hours, and you took 9 months.
Speed run RE5.
Yeah.
2 hours without taking any damage.
Oh god.
Resident Evil speedrunning guide, 1 hour 22 minutes. Dan, what are you
Oh,
doing?
wow.
Holy moly.
I
That
was
is...
exploring everywhere.
How the heck?
I don't even know you get out of the opening area in less than an hour.
Dan
Oh,
took an hour just to kill Wesker.
While watching YouTube video.
While watching videos.
It took an hour to watch the 5-minute opening cutscene.
Yeah. Well, how do I
Oh, do you know-
fire my gun? Oh, let's watch the tutorial again.
Guys, I can be bullied upstairs by my wife. I don't need to be sitting here with you guys.
Does this game have grenades? If so,
So, I'll tell you what, actually, that's a fair
What
point.
button do I push to throw my grenade?
Yeah, I hate the fact there is no kind of in Resident Evil when you throw grenades, you don't know how far you're throwing it. You don't know the kind of the loop. You don't know if you go past the enemy. There needs to be like Apex where you've got a nice little kind of arrow, so you can have like a point and throw. Anyway,
That would break the immersion, wouldn't it?
yeah.
it would save my controller. Anyway, next, let's move on.
All right, let's move on before
Let's
we
move on.
sit on Resident Evil all day because we quite happily do that. Games of Gold. Dan, do you want to read it out, or should we give someone else?
I think you should pass it out. Pass it
Yeah?
out. Go on. Yeah.
Who else has got the dock open?
Just read it.
Silence. All right. Do you want me to read it out, or do you
Oh,
want to
go
do
on. No, let's hear your beautiful voice.
No, I'm not sure it's ever been called that. All right. So Games of Gold, we've got Warface Breakout, which is available March 1st to 31st. Vicious Attack Llama Apocalypse, which is available March 16th to April 15th. Metal Slug 3, sort of similar to what Graham was talking about earlier on with, what was it called? Thunder Flash?
It's nothing like Thunder Flash. I played that Metal Slug.
Is it not? I thought it was
Bizarre.
that style game, no?
No, it's like a 2D side-scrolling one,
I
and
thought
it's
that-
hard
okay.
and
Yeah, no, I
Not
know
as
Metal
fun.
Slug. I thought that's what Thunder Flash. All right, my mistake. Ignore me. Let's start again. Metal Slug 3, nothing like Thunder Flash. Available March 1st to 15th, and then Port Royale 3, which is available March 16th to 31st. Again, as we said, not the most exciting month. Although the name Vicious Attack Llama Apocalypse always intrigues me when I hear it. So I think I'm definitely gonna
That
have
looks
to check
really
that one
good.
out.
It looks really good. Really stupid. Mechs and llamas that's all it is.
What more do you need, eh?
Exactly.
All right. All right. So, anything else we want to bring up, lads, before we go home? Go home. We are home. You know what I mean?
partying out.
All right. So, thank you very much for listening. If you made it this far, we are Xbox Tavern. And this has been Xpod Tavern, episode 19th. You can read all our written content on xboxtavern.com. Follow us on Twitter at Xbox Tavern. YouTube is just search for Xbox Tavern. Same for Twitch and Facebook and all that other goodness. This week I've been joined by Ross,
See you later, folks.
Dan,
Bye.
Ian,
Good morning.
and Graham.
Nasty yes.
Dankeschön.
I've been Jamie. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful week.
Bye.
Game
See
on.
you later.
Cheers.
I love you.
Oh, what a